Who was the real owner of the Taj Mahal's land? It is morning in Agra. Fog is spread along the banks of the Yamuna, and the Taj Mahal stands silently amidst the white marble. A tourist guide says to his group, "This is a symbol of love." People lift their cameras, take photos, and move along. But in that same crowd, a child suddenly asks, if Shah Jahan built the Taj Mahal, whose land was it? Hearing this question, the guide also stops for a few seconds. Because the story of the Taj Mahal often ends with Mumtaz and Shah Jahan. But the real story begins from there, where the land, the Rajput royal family, the Mughal court, and the mysterious deal of 4 havelis come forward. Today we look at the Taj Mahal like a monument, but in the 17th century this place was not just an empty field. This was an extremely special piece of land on the banks of the Yamuna. The turn of the river, the high bank, and the royal location of Agra city made it very valuable. This land chosen for the Taj Mahal was linked to the Kachhwaha Rajput family, which is considered an influential lineage of the kings of Amber. In history, this land is told to be linked with Raja Singh, who was a trusted general of Akbar and a big Rajput chieftain of the court. Later, this property came to his descendant Mirza Raja Jai Singh, who was an important Rajput king in the Mughal court during the time of Shah Jahan. Here it is necessary to understand one thing clearly. Many stories run regarding the land of the Taj Mahal, but the mention of the exchange of land is found in the official historical records. It is written in the records of the ASI that the land on which the Taj Mahal stands was acquired from the Kachhwaha Rajputs in exchange for 4 havelis. Meaning, this story is not just of the emperor's order, but also a story of the political wisdom and royal negotiation of that era. When Shah Jahan decided to build a wonderful tomb in the memory of Mumtaz Mahal, the location was chosen very thoughtfully. Mumtaz Mahal passed away in 1631 in Burhanpur. First she was buried there itself, then her remains were brought to Agra. Shah Jahan wanted that the building built in her memory should not be just a tomb, but rather become the highest imagination of Mughal architecture. For this, such a place was needed where there was a river too, an open view too, and imperial dignity could be felt too. This land on the Yamuna bank was perfect from every angle. The river in front, the royal city nearby, and space to build the entire complex at the back. But this land was not directly Shah Jahan's private land. This is the very point that many people do not know. It is told in historical sources that a large mansion or haveli-type structure linked with Raja Singh was present there earlier. Some accounts describe it as a domed haveli. Meaning, even before the Taj Mahal was built, this land was not like any ordinary field or a deserted place. This was a Rajput elite property, the ownership and prestige of both of which were important. Therefore, a royal exchange was needed to take it. In the Mughal period, the exchange of jagirs, havelis, and land between kings, mansabdars, and the emperor was not an unusual thing. Politics did not run only with the sword. Relationships, trust, position, honor, jagir, and property settlement were also a part of the imperial system. In this very context, this matter of land between Shah Jahan and Raja Jai Singh came forward. The matter of the acquisition of land and the exchange for 4 havelis is considered recorded in court chronicles like the Badshah-namaha. Here 4 havelis were not just houses. In that era, a haveli used to be a symbol of power, status, location, and urban convenience. Having a haveli in Agra meant having a place inside the political and commercial heartbeat of the Mughal capital. Therefore, this exchange was not like a simple buy and sell, but rather was an arrangement like royal compensation. Shah Jahan needed the special land on the Yamuna bank, and Jai Singh was given valuable urban properties in return. This point is also important, that in the historical record, this land exchange is described as an agreed transaction. Meaning, understanding it by calling it just a forced occupation or just a donation would be making history very small. The role of Rajput rulers in the Mughal court was very big. They were not just subordinates but rather were powerful parts of the military and administrative system. Kings like Jai Singh were close to the emperor, but they also held the importance of their dynastic identity and property. Therefore, the story of the Taj Mahal's land tells us that in Mughal India, power relations worked in many layers. On one side was Shah Jahan's imperial desire. On the other side was the reality of Rajput ownership and mutual negotiation. Now the question comes, what did Shah Jahan get built on this place? The answer is, not just a tomb, but a whole planned complex. The central mausoleum of the Taj Mahal was made of white marble, but along with it a mosque, guest house, garden, gateways and outer structures were also made. According to official descriptions, the entire complex is considered spread across about 42 acres. This was not just a building, but a complete architectural vision. Construction is considered started around 1632. The main tomb was ready by almost 1643, but the remaining work kept going on for several years. The entire complex is considered complete around 1653, meaning this project was made with the hard work, planning and resources of about 2 decades. At that time, its cost is told to be around 32 million rupees. Converting this into today's value is not easy because the currency and economy were different. Some estimates tell it to be equal to thousands of crores of rupees. But fixing the exact modern value is difficult because such a heritage cost cannot be understood just by inflation. If someone asks today what the price of the Taj Mahal is, then the answer will not be just the construction cost. In this, land value, historical value, tourism value, cultural value and global brand value will all be included. The most special thing about the Taj Mahal is that it joins engineering, beauty and symbolism all three together. For the foundation, a strong support system was needed on the riverfront. To handle the large mausoleum, wells and heavy masonry were used. The marble came from Makrana in Rajasthan. Red sandstone, precious and semi-precious stones were brought from different places. Artisans were called not just from Agra, but from the entire empire and regions outside. Stone cutters, calligraphers, inlay artists, painters and dome builders were all included. It is said that around 20,000 artisans were linked in this project. Such a large workforce shows the organizational capacity of that era. Today when we look at the Taj Mahal, the shine of the marble is visible. But behind it, the entire machinery of logistics, labor, finance and design is hidden. In this project, Ustad Ahmad Lahori is considered the main architect. UNESCO also tells him to be the main architect of the Taj Mahal. Though in such a large project, not one person but a whole team of architects, engineers, supervisors and master craftsmen used to work. Therefore, the Taj Mahal was not the drawing of any one hand, but rather was the result of the combined skill of an entire civilization. The architecture of Shah Jahan's era is known for symmetry, elegance and detail. The Taj Mahal is the most famous example of that very taste. 4 minarets, the central dome, marble inlay, calligraphy and charbagh planning make it not just beautiful but deeply designed. But below this beauty is also that old layer of land, which takes us to the Rajput connection of amber. This is the very reason that the story of the Taj Mahal is not just a Mughal romance, but also a story of the Rajput Mughal political relationship. If Jai Singh's land had not been there, if this riverfront site had not been found, then perhaps the Taj Mahal would not look the way it looks today. The location decided the soul of the monument. Without the Yamuna, the reflection, view and riverfront drama of the Taj Mahal feel incomplete. Sometimes in history, the biggest buildings are not made just of stone. They are made of land, politics, negotiation and memory. The Taj Mahal is also such a building. From above it is a symbol of love, but from inside it is also a story of power, planning and property exchange. Therefore, when someone says that Shah Jahan built the Taj Mahal, the statement is correct but it is not complete. The complete statement is that Shah Jahan commissioned it, built it in Mumtaz's memory, but the land came after being exchanged from Rajput ownership. Knowing this fact does not reduce the greatness of the Taj Mahal. On the contrary, it makes its story even more rich. Because then we understand that behind every monument there is not just one king, but the decisions, resources and relationships of many people. Raja Jai Singh's name is important in this story because his property gave land to the world's most famous monument. Raja Man Singh's connection is important because it tells that the history of that land was even older than the Taj Mahal. And the exchange of 4 havelis is important because it shows that a big imperial desire also passes through the path of negotiation many times. Today when a tourist takes a selfie in front of the Taj Mahal, he perhaps does not know how many layers of history are below his feet. He sees the marble, sees the dome, sees the reflection, but the original story of the land remains hidden from the eyes. This is the wonder of history. The thing that is visible the most, its most important story, is many times not visible. The story of the Taj Mahal's land also teaches us that heritage should be understood with evidence, not just with emotion. Neither should a sensational claim be believed without proof, nor should documented history be ignored. Official records, court chronicles, and archaeological sources together tell that the Rajput connection of the Taj Mahal site is real. But along with that, it should also be remembered that the Taj Mahal was built as a mausoleum by the order of Shah Jahan. There is no doubt in this, that the memory of Mumtaz Mahal, Mughal ambition, and the peak vision of architecture gave birth to it. But it is also true that to give shape to that vision, land, artisans, material, design and decades of work were required. This is the reason why the Taj Mahal is not just a symbol of love. It is also a monument of India's historical complexity. In this, there is Rajput property history, there is Mughal court politics, there is Persian-inspired architecture, there is Indian craftsmanship, and there is global admiration. When next time you see a picture of the Taj Mahal, do not look at just the white marble. Remember that land, which was once linked to the Kachhwaha Rajput house. Remember that deal, in which the exchange of 4 havelis happened. Remember that city, where power and beauty were talking to each other. And remember that question which is hidden behind every great building: who made it and where did its land come from? The entire story of the Taj Mahal tells exactly this, that history is never understood in a single line. Sometimes it begins with love, stops at land, passes through power, and then becomes marble and keeps surprising the world for centuries.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible, but in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.